for 15 minutes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spilling Tea. Now, Miss Chloe has a new haircut, and she looks fabulous. I don't look so fabulous because I switched my exercise routine around to where I'm doing it right after work. And yes, my only prep was pulling my hair down. I'm still out in workout clothes, so Miss Fancy Pants. Alright, we're gonna say hi to everybody's. First of all, hello, Sean B. And Miss Shalina, who has our links up for suicide prevention and for sexual assault.
We have a Linda just popping into the chat.
Very near and dear to my heart, the Veterans Crisis Line. And by the way, folks, a good place to donate for homeless veterans is that one that they've created for themselves called Till Valhalla. Look it up. Okay, and also, I'm going to let this out. So, Sean B, Miss Shalina. Okay, Sean B, I've started to post the live streams that we did on Twitch, on YouTube, and archive them. So, everyone who wants to watch them can. So, yay. Click on Planet Q Queen and, sub to her and stuff. I'm brain dead, folks. I had to explain to old people how to use the internet. I'm not being derogatory in any way. I'm just saying, if you don't understand what a web address bar is, get your kids help. For the love of God and all that is holy, get your kids help, please.
Okay, now how offensive can I be 2 minutes into the stream?
Just keep it clean of curse words. And we got people to say, hello, Merrick. Good to see you. One of my favorite.
Okay, so my mom phoned me up and asked. So the conversation went like this. Got a phone call from my mum come through. Hello, Chloe. How do you use a prepaid electric meter? Now I'm sitting there, my brain's buffering because it's like I've forgotten it at this point because I do it subconsciously now, so it's second nature.
Right.
So this is how it works. You grab this key, which is to activate it, which is to open it. So you put it, make sure the triangle points up. I'm not sure if that works. That show? Yeah, it shows.
Nice.
So you've got to open the actual box, right? And if you have money on this thing, this is my electric key. If you've got money on it, which I know I do, not until tomorrow, you plug it into the meter and it will accept it. Hopefully, if your key's not corrupted. So, and then I was just like, so do this, don't do this, do not press this button, do not do this. Because I actually had to stand outside and talk to her on the phone whilst I was doing exactly what my mum was doing.
Oh, goodness.
It was all fun and games until, my mum was just like, sad.
Yeah. Yes, everyone. Chloe looks fabulous. I look like I just got done exercising and, awful. So she's going to be the fab one today. I'm going to be the sweaty slob, and she's going to be the fab one.
It's normally the other way around. I'm normally the one in my pajamas and just be like, so.
My only preparation was pulling the braid out, folks. No, I'm not joking. All right, so interesting little tidbits. So Depp, of course, has managed to swing the part of playing Louis XV of France. And he's being directed by a French woman director.
So we winning?
I feel like we are. And now they're all saying controversial King Louis XV. I'm like, really, Daily Mail? Really? Let's go over British history. You want to talk about controversial kings? I got one for you. King Henry the fucking VIII. At least Louis' concubines stayed alive.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Just saying, you want to go and call a French king controversial when you got one who was known for beheading his or banishing them and them dying off in a far out land. I don't want to hear their shit. Okay, controversial, my ass.
Would you like some? Would the Daily Mail like some ice for that burn?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, we see more movies and more freaking miniseries and shows about that psychotic fuck. And the only reason they're calling King Louis XV, who, by the way, was known as benevolent and known as the beloved, as controversial, is it's a dig at Depp. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because guess what? Kings having mistresses, even having a ton of mistresses, was a thing with royalty. Find me one king of the same era who didn't have a mistress. Seriously? Especially when that was a known custom of French kings. For God's sake, they had a freaking name for the most valued mistress to the King of France. Madame de Pompadour, ring any bells, people? Just saying. All they're doing it because they want to get a dig in at Kim. It has nothing to do with King Louis XV, of which they know absolutely nothing. Because do you really think these people actually give a damn about history? No, they don't know anything about history at all. Even recent history. They don't even know the whole where woke came from. And if they did, they would go home screaming, crying to their mommy, because woke in Gen X's time was anti-establishment, anti-media, anti-PC. And you all went and took the word and gave it to the corporations and turned it into something it was never supposed to mean. You all ain't woke, you're asleep. Okay, but sorry about the history rant, but it gets my goat. My God, is there a king in history that we know of that didn't have a slew of mistresses? Speaking of King Henry VIII, Daily Mail, do you know how many mistresses he had? He impregnated a few.
Divorced, beheaded, and died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. 3
illegitimate children. Because Bessie Blount and Mary Boleyn. And that's just those he got preggers. He was known as a notorious prowler, and you all gonna bitch a fit over freaking King Henry XV and call him controversial? My ass. You want to dig at Johnny? That's all it is. It's all it is, you ableist cunt bags. And why do I call them ableist? Well, we got more news down the docket. We had the fucking BBC and the Daily Mail saying autism disease. Yeah. Pick up a DSM-5, you idiots. My God. But anyways, sorry, folks.
This is why I'm not paying my TV license. Yes, I'm doing something illegal, but I don't give a shit.
It's complete garbage. It is complete garbage. Yes, I know. X is 10, V is 5. It's Louis XV. I know my Roman numerals. At least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that is 15.
That's what I thought. I'm the history nerd, and these little fucking turd stains want to come and try to come up against us with freaking history, I will destroy them. It will be an annihilation.
Ooh, that was a nice click. Sorry.
Like, yeah, don't fuck with me when it comes to history. I am a massive history nerd. I've studied it in various forms, various eras since I was 10 years old. And yeah.
Gina the mouse is in the house.
Hi, Gina. But anyways, King Louis XV was not controversial in his own time. He's like, but by today's standards, he's not from today. It was a different time. Kings were expected to have multiple mistresses. We all know this. My God. Quit putting modern morals on historical figures. That's my argument. Quit putting modern morals on historical figures who are already fucking dead. Especially if they're historical figures who are actually benevolent and did well for their country, for their people. And don't do it because you're wanting to take a dig at the guy playing him. Because let's face it, that's all they're really doing. Alright, so that's my rant on that. I've been holding that in all week. I'm sure you all can tell. I was holding that in all week.
I mean, I had a sliver of it when I was on the phone to Paul earlier. I had a sliver of it.
Right. What would they say about Madame Pomp? Exactly. They had mistresses in France, held a great deal of power. A great deal of power. And they were a part of politics all the time. Something that was unheard of pretty much in the rest of the fucking entirety of Europe except for Spain. Yeah, I said it. I said it. How much power do you think English women had in court before Elizabeth I and after? None. None. For years and years. They were meant to be nothing more than a pretty face until, really, the current Queen Elizabeth II, really.
The suffragettes did fight for can't speak today. Brain no working. We'll get there.
I thought that's my line. I had to deal with freaking 80-year-olds who didn't know how to use the internet. What's a web address bar? Please give your kid the phone.
I mean, that's true. But yeah, suffragettes back in Victorian era, I want to say. Can someone fact check me in the chat? Or Tiffany, because you're a history nerd.
I know more about our suffragists over here than I know about it in other places in the world, I'll be honest. I was kind of more during that era, kind of more hyper-focused on World War I. What can I say? I read Guns of August one board week, and I became obsessed.
Okay, so the suffragettes over here in the UK, they were fighting for the right to vote for women. One of them actually threw herself under a horse, committed suicide, just so women such as me, Tiffany, and any other female in the chat could win the right to vote. And brain's buffering. I think after they won, we got the right to vote after the Victorian period. And so in theory, it's still quite new that we won to vote.
Same over here. I mean, shit. And now we've done this 180. I'm sorry, but people like A.H. and Evan Rachel Wood, they've taken us back decades. Decades. You can't be the strong, independent woman and be the weak wallflower who never did anything to defend yourself. Bullshit.
Thank you, Shalina.
Bullshit. Now, there are situations where there's nothing you can do. You really can't fight back. There's money involved usually in those situations.
Hold on. Shalina, thank you for fact-checking me.
1832
Yeah,
and
thank you.
1920.
Thank you.
Yep, and I'm sorry, folks. I couldn't do anything. I made him dinner. She's trying to make herself sound like she's a 1950s fucking housewife.
Bitch ass motherfucker. I'm the 1950s housewife here. Only when my hair's longer and I look semi-decent.
I'm not about to believe A.H. was this Lifetime movie heroine. Except maybe in her overacting.
Oh! Oh! Shots have been fired! Shots have been fired!
I'm sorry.
You didn't even need a gun for that one. You didn't even need a gun.
I thought Kristen Stewart was bad in Twilight from the tiny clips I was forced to watch because Mom, I love you, Mom, but no. No, I will never. That will never be okay. But anyways,
I watched Twilight out of the curiosity to find out what the hype was. The
Awful.
fuck?
Awful.
What the fuck is it? It's just
Awful.
basically horny vampires trying to molest this fucking woman.
I'm sorry, but in the middle of I kind of wanted to hum. Pedophilia.
I'm getting a word here. Say it with me, Tiffany. Nonce.
Right, just you. Anyways, I thought that acting was bad. And then to see A.H., my name is Mia. And that's supposed to be British. I can do a better British accent.
I mean, I'm born British.
I mean, I spent 2 weeks over there. It still sounded like I was a radio dub English accent. Granted. Whatever. But anyways, still, my God. She's a 1 cent stripper. She's overpriced.
She ain't shit. You know your overdraft that you go into? Yeah, she's overdraft.
Wooden tops. I don't want to contemplate wooden tops. No. My God. It's bad. Her acting is so bad. It's so bad. It's almost as bad as her fake fucking pictures. And yes, I will go
fake fucking cheekbones as well.
My God, it's like none of these people have ever seen a goddamn black eye in their entire fucking lives. I'm sorry, but part of my work, as you all knew, what I went to school for, was graphic design. So for me to see that, and to see people buying it as a black eye, a broken nose, and a busted lip, her nose is perfectly straight. There is no swelling. There is no purple tone to her eyes. And her lip, it has a little red spot. Oh, wow. I get the same thing every fucking winter. It's called peeling your lips. There was no fat or bruising or swelling around that lip. Okay? It's complete bullshit. No injury. Is going to be simply one color. That's why makeup artists in a movie, when they're depicting black eyes, use more than one color. There's yellow, there's green, there's purple, as well as a little bit of red and pink. Like, freaking spare me. She's supposed to be a part of Hollywood. She should know this shit. And to have her friends do such a bad job and they pass that off to the tabloids and everybody's like, oh my God, she was beaten. And here's me.
Honey,
The fuck?
I study special effects makeup, or I did,
Mhm.
and some of my stuff is more convincing than the Photoshop.
Like, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed
Like,
for every single tabloid that passed that off and said, this is acceptable. This is acceptable work from our graphic designers. Because if that were me, I'd be like, yeah, I'll fucking fight. Just saying.
mm-hmm. We have
Right? And then the idiot left it so you could see the powder on her eyebrow hair. I'm sorry, but no, Bruce, I know. And remember, I grew up around ERs, kids. I grew up around ERs. I grew up with people with all kinds of horrific bruises and shit coming to the ER. Been around them my whole life.
I had a massive bruise on this side of my face for a while, so I couldn't actually apply makeup for a while.
I've seen eyebrows with hair that has come off due to brutality, but I've never seen them change color. Really? Really?
Point taken.
Like, the only time you see hair change color is if it's burned and starts to grow back. Sometimes it might come white depending on the type of burn. And again, I know this because I grew up around this shit. All right, so Jeannie came in to say hi. She's not feeling good, folks. So please, if you could send her heart some love in the chat. We hope you get the feeling better. I was feeling like shit earlier this week. This is why I want to keep this job, even if it does kind of make me want to shoot myself in the fucking head sometimes. Yes, folks, the level of stupid of this world, it is increasing. It's increasing. And people were concerned about my generation. They were like, Gen X is going to ruin us. And now we're sitting there like, tell us how bad we are again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be funny, but like my later generation is completely fucked. The later generation of my lot are fucked.
It's okay, sweetie. You don't have to apologize. You drink some nice hot tea. If you can stand ghost pepper ramen, it's good for many ailments.
We all love you, too, and we all love you. Sorry, brain, no worky.
Okay, DJH. I hope this case makes an example of AH and changes public opinions on narcissistic abuse. I would like to see it change opinions on a lot of things. Abuse against men, abuse against disabled people.
Me being a case that got dismissed.
Believing people who are disabled when we report abuse. Because right now I'm going through that on my channel about the JRC and people disbelieving when these students will call the hotline and tell them what's going on in the school and they get dismissed because it's part of their program. They're coming in with bruises. They're fucking catatonic for days on end due to what's happening to them. But it's a part of their program, so they're not really being abused. It was court approved. And then you got Miss Chloe over here who had literally a stalker, a drugged up stalker. And they chose not to believe her, not even to write it down as a report. And you want to know what? They told her why. Her disability. So I'm hoping this case changes that because he's literally, I hate to say this, it sounds cliche as hell, but he's kind of our only hope right now.
He is. He really is. I'm also going to throw this into the mix. After the whole situation happened, I ended up running up to someone that I sort of trusted. And I turned around and I said, look, I'm going to call him Prince because that's one of his names that he goes by. I turned around and I said to Prince, yo, look, so crap's getting bad and I'm scared for my life. So if you see someone called, I'm going to say Devon. If your name's Devon, I am really sorry. Devon, can you just be like shout out the window and go, Chloe, I've got your ass. Go. Go home or run as fast as you can. Because
Go out there.
Prince turned around and he said, I will protect you as long as you're still here. For as long as you're here. Because Prince, he has a moral compass. He wants to fight people, but that's Prince's way of working things out. But the thing is, Prince knows what it's like to be abused, and Prince knows what it is like to have a stalker. So Prince kind of just turned around and said, "Yo, I've got your back."
Right. Which is, yeah. This is why what happened with my ex, the sword incident, I lost everything. I lost thousands and thousands of dollars of rare books that I had money on when I used to work for the state because I made a decent amount of money. I lost my clothes. I lost pictures of my dad. My dad is gone now. I will never get those pictures back. I lost clothing. I lost gifts from my dad, my stepdad. I lost a whole lot, but I never reported it because I knew I would not be believed. That's why we watch this case so closely. So it's not just about men being abused. There's an undercurrent to it. There's an undercurrent to it that nobody ever talks about except really us on this channel. And the numbers, folks, the numbers of how many of us it happens to is disturbing. I've done the statistics. I've literally done the statistics. And I'll be honest with you. There's not a single neurodiverse person that I know who has not been abused by some capacity, by a doctor, by a caretaker, by a parent, or significant other, or for God's sake, all fucking four. And we're coming up now. We're already starting to set up the vigils for the Disability Day of Mourning, folks. And those are going to be those who have died from the very things like what happened to Chloe here. So that's why this case is so goddamn important. So not only we need him to win. The disability community, we need him to win. Because it will set a goddamn precedent. It could change everything for us. Are you okay, Chloe?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just realizing what tomorrow is for me.
You sure?
I will elaborate for the chat. So basically, this time last year, it's still fairly raw, but I want to talk about it because I just don't want to bother it up on chat. I lost my stepfather, quite painfully as well. He had a really slow and painful death, and I didn't wish it upon any. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. I know I sound like a cold-hearted son of a bitch sometimes, but the way that I lost him, I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy or nothing. Because I remember going to my mum's about 3 days before celebrating my brother's no. I remember going to my mum's, and she told me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow a year ago that he didn't make it. But what kicks my ass is because it was my brother's 18th birthday, and I still believe he was alive. He stayed on and clinged on for life until my brother's birthday, and then passed away 2 days after. And this Christmas that happened was my first Christmas without him, and it just hurts in such a way that Tiffany understands, because if you were quite close to someone you know, I'm trying not to cry because I know I'm going to mess up my makeup, but it's just the way that I...
Yeah, no, I get you. You were around me during May. This last May, it was 11.
Easy, was it?
It was 11 years since we lost my dad. And that was my hero. He got me out of that got me away from my stepbrother. He took me out of that house. He wasn't always like the 100% knight in shining armor. He had his faults. I certainly learned about a few as I got older. And he wasn't the greatest to my mom. There was a lot of things that happened there that were not remotely fucking okay. And I'm sure he'll hear and hear about it when I'm in the afterlife someday from me. But he was still my dad. And we were like this my entire life. And I came home from work. And I came in. And I was avoiding the answering machine. Because a year before, that's when I took off to England to meet narcissistic ex number one. So, paranoid with both parents, okay? And then that's when finally I listened to the message that night. Well, my stepmom called again. And I don't know why he didn't pick up, but your dad had a massive aneurysm. And he's not here anymore. And I had an autistic snap. That's when I put up my holes through my television, and I picked up my couch and threw it to a wall. I had a complete, massive autistic meltdown of epic proportions. That's why every time I see that video and they want to sit there and yell at JD, I know what he was doing. It's called anger, and it's called grief. It's something us neurodiverse do. And we are not abusive because we're fucking grieving or we're goddamn upset. Just saying. Sorry. It's just, I lost it. And then that's when the heavy drinking started. I was trying to kill myself with alcohol. I knew what I was doing. I looked it up. I looked up what it was for my weight that would be the lethal limit, and I drink it every single night. Every night. And then eventually that led me to the ex that cut my hand up with a sword. And just over the last few years ago, when I was living with my mom and I got out of that relationship, that I started to get better. And then about a couple years out of the house is when I knew I needed to stop drinking because it was killing me. But yeah, folks, this shit, It gets better with time, but you have those moments that are sucker punch to the fucking gut. So, my first year, I started making a tradition. One of two meals are to be had on the death of my dad: tacos or goulash.
Mm. Ow.
But yeah, so we talk about all kinds of things here. I know we kind of jump from one subject to another, but here on this channel, you're allowed to express grief in whatever capacity that you feel the need to express that kind of grief. Yeah, so cement shoes, I told this story on Rob Rules, but I'll do it again. It was one night, January the 14th, 2014. I'll never fucking forget it. So I had come back after a walk, and this is after their mother, Nikki, had been dead for 6 months. I had been living with her son and her fucking daughter. And yes, it was a train wreck, just in case anyone was wondering. It was a goddamn psychotic train wreck. But anyways, so I went back there, and she had left them about $100,000 each in life insurance. And all she did was go out and spend it. Gone all day. Now, he had been having back-to-back grand mal seizures, one right after the other, 5 minutes apart. All day. He had 15 of them in total. We finally got him back to normal, talking to normal, all that stuff. So I've been left alone with him, with his psychotic breaks in between each 15-minute interval, throwing things and screaming and throwing tables. And then she comes home, starts bitching, ranting, raving how I didn't have a job and I wasn't doing anything and I was a mooch and all these horrible things when I was talking to her back there in the room. So, you all know me. Do I take that shit lying down? Hell no. I explained, oh, so you were the one there taking care of him while he was seizing on the ground, holding his head so that he didn't choke on his own vomit and his own phlegm. So you were the one who was taking him into the bathroom and changing his underwear. Oh, so you are the one who's been feeding the cats and cooking for everyone, making sure everyone eats and that the house is clean. And then, I slammed the door and walked out like a boss. Because that's what I do. I throw down the facts and walk out like a boss. But he wouldn't stop. I was drinking at the time, of course, my God. That's the only way I was able to fucking stay sane around there. I was like, let's just say, it was a gin, vodka, and triple sec martini, okay? It was a day. So I was sitting there drinking it at the computer, trying to listen to Metallica off the stereo speakers. And he just wouldn't stop. What did she say? What did she do? What did she do? What did she do? He wouldn't fucking stop. And I just kept trying to tell him, it's not your business. It's between me and her, and I handled it. So finally, just to get him to shut up, I told him. He grabs his sharpened samurai sword off the fireplace mantel, grabs it, takes it out of his sheath, and marches back there. And I'm like, oh, hell no, nope. So I go running back there. And by the time I had got back there, they were in her room, and he was on his back. She was over him. and he had the sword like this in either arm over her neck. And it was half sheathed. So I went in there and I'm grabbing a hold with the sword, right?
Yeah, more fucking bollocks than I do.
And I've got both hands on the sword. And I'm getting my hand cut to hell. And for my efforts, I almost got it right through my middle. Because he only got after me when I did anything to protect her. Granted, she was a right grade A royal bitch to me. She lied about me. She hated me. But I still wasn't going to sit there and watch her die. And yeah, and I could see him eventually coming after me. He used to say, I'd never do that to you. I never. Bullshit. You threw tables at me. You threw shit at my head. So, yeah, I called bullshit. And I was trying to get her out there, and she screamed at me to go get the neighbors. So hear me, I'm like, okay, I had a shirt and jeans on, but I was in my socks. I had no bra on. And I am hauling ass to the neighbors. It's like about 2 a.m. in the morning, banging on the door like I'm the goddamn cops. Because we didn't have a working phone. I was with him with those seizures all day. I didn't even have a phone to be able to call the ambulance if I needed to. So I go in there and I call the cops. And I stay in that house with those neighbors until both of them are out of the house. Because she wasn't exactly the most safe person in the world either. It's basically, it was almost like if you were living in a house with 2 AHs.
Ouch.
Yeah. So after they leave, I go back in there. And I'm packing my backpack. Crying and pissed. Because, yeah, it was, bitches, I'm out. But I had no phone to call my mom to come get my ass so I can at least have my stuff. And then she comes back screaming at me, calling me a whore and calling me a thief. And to get out of my house. So I grabbed my backpack, grabbed my jacket, and I had nothing but sandals on my feet. And I put that jacket on. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Have a nice fucking life. And just slammed the door. And then I walked. It was 7 miles between there and Granny's house. And I had to stop in between the gas station to see if I could call a cab. So he drove me the rest of the way to Gran's house. My hands are bleeding. And he thankfully had some Band-Aids. And Granny, thankfully, she went and paid the kind cabbie. And thankfully, my stepdad and my brother were in town because they were doing their CrossFit Spartan training thing. And they came and got me there. I'd never been so glad to see my fucking stepdad in my entire life. I jump hugged him. And then I went to their house. And the next day, my mom called Julia. That was her name. I'm not giving her full name. And she was saying, okay, we would like to come get Tiffany's stuff. And she told my mom, she had the balls to tell my mom. Yeah, if you see Chloe's face, yeah, had the balls. Your daughter's nothing but a whore and a thief, and if you set foot here, I'm going to call the sheriff. Yeah, and my mom just turned to me, and she's like, you know what, Tiff? We'll go get you some temporary clothes. It's just not worth it. So, folks, I lost the flute that my mom worked her ass off to get for me. She paid off for 5 years. It was silver plated. I lost a shoe necklace that my stepdad got me that I held on to since the 4th grade. Some shirts that my dad gave me. The last pictures I had of my dad before he died. Books, expensive books, like first edition books. Lots of money spent on those books. And yeah. And I never went to report it. I left it alone. All I wanted was to never see his ass again, never see her again, or never see anyone of her goddamn family ever again. So far, I have been successful. Thank God. But yeah, that was with the last ex. The other ex and what happened there in Scotland when we traveled to Scotland, I keep that close to the vest. I haven't really ever told anybody what happened there. That's going to be taking some years before I actually feel comfortable enough to tell people exactly what happened there. I haven't even told Mom that.
She hasn't even told me, and we're quite close.
But see, this is why I say AH is full of shit.
Oh,
folks.
House Mouse.
Hello.
Hi, House Mouse.
This is
You're
why I
right.
say AH is full of shit, because I was willing to walk out on the street having no idea if anyone was going to help me in the middle of the goddamn night. In damn near downtown Springfield. It's like a suicide mission to do that. And she wants to sit there and tell me that this girl who had phones, who had vehicles, that she was a hostage, that she couldn't get away? Bullshit. I did it with no money.
Absolute horseshit. Hello, girls. How are you?
Hi, Gina.
Hello.
We're surviving.
Yeah, that's life, isn't it? One foot in front of the other.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
we've got Wi-Fi. We've got better Wi-Fi.
yeah, you sound a lot better, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I'm not leeching off my neighbours. I've got my own Wi-Fi now.
Steady on, missus. I can't wait till April, personally. Oh, it's coming out.
But anyway, Miss Gina, I'm sure you heard my history rant earlier. And
darling. I did. I know you've been through an awful lot, Tiffany. I mean, it's beggars belief what people go through, but you know what? The people go through shit like this end up the strongest, and they end up the kindest hearted as well, because they know being cruel gets you nothing.
And you know the story because you were there that night when I gave the full story. That's just what happened as an adult. Then there was my goddamn childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Your childhood was fucked, and I know this one.
Yeah, I mean, mine was shit as well. But that, it's great to talk, but I'm on a different bit of the spectrum to you, Tiffany. I don't talk a lot. For me, it's too much. So for some of us, it works. For some of us, it doesn't. And if you need to rant, girl, you go ahead and rant.
Yeah, you don't sit around and sit there. I'm a hostage, but I had a phone and I had cars and I had friends that were surrounding me.
No, you forgot, Tiffany. She also had birds, mincemeat, and mashed potato. So what the fuck? What the hell was that about?
What shit was she smoking?
I don't know. She were on popping Adderall and ecstasy, and what?
What did she do? Fucking snort it?
Oh shit!
She found this baggie of stuff. It can't possibly be of hers unless she reeled up. Because I was only doing.
Because I've seen some crazy shit. I've been through some crazy shit. I've seen even crazier.
Yeah.
I've seen crazy shit, and I've only lived in this property for how many years now? About
Yeah.
a year and a
But
half
like
now.
raw meat and birds and mashed potatoes, and people buy this shit. That's what blows my mind about
Yeah.
this entire goddamn generation. But you have to believe her. She's a woman. You're a woman. I don't have to believe shit, honey.
Absolutely.
I
And of course, the
believe.
night dress that were torn
Can you
off her,
prove it?
that the doctor bought for her, that she appeared in the door with it fully intact on her body after it had been torn to shreds. Remember the green night dress?
Mm.
And of course, she was so financially independent, she only needed 50k a month, 3 penthouses and a Range Rover.
You want to talk about a girl who said, I didn't want anything?
Yeah. I know, Tiffany, I've done the same. Walked
Except
away.
the shit that was already mine
Yeah.
before I ever came in there. Like the flute my mom worked her fucking ass off to be able to have for me. She made payments on that thing for years for me to be able to have it.
Yeah.
It was silver plated. It was gorgeous. And she did that out of love so that I would be able to have that.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed about that. And I love that thing. I practiced on it for hours every day. Every day. I still haven't never replaced it. Those things are expensive and my credit is shit.
Yeah, well, that's it. You're working a crappy job,
Same.
love. Trying to keep roof over your head, aren't you?
I mean, aren't we all?
That's why I switched to this.
Yeah. I mean, thank fuck I don't have to pay rent, but I actually almost had to this month. Didn't. But thank you.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's alright. It's alright.
Fluid.
Yeah, I mean, it's... The world's getting massively difficult. How's your friend, Tiffany Paul? How is he?
He's still not walking.
Yeah.
But he's getting there.
But he's happy because he got a 12-pack of tacos. 6 of them were crunchy nachos and 6 were soft. And these
Can
are the
you not
things.
look in a thrift shop or something like that? See if you can buy him a second-hand wheelchair or something.
I would have to have the time. I'm constantly working to keep a roof over our heads, and then my weekends are literally all I have. And I have to go grocery shopping, and God.
I'm on the Tiffany knows I'm normally on the phone to him as well, aren't I?
Yeah.
Like, he turned around and he said to me, I am not going in a wheelchair. There is no way.
Yeah, but he needs to be able to get one room to another without causing abrasions on his ass.
It's not that. He doesn't think he has the strength to pull himself up into the wheelchair and to get in and out. That's the issue.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any insurance.
Get him a skateboard. Sit his ass on a skateboard, scoot around on that.
And then have church.
I kind of see it happening though, Tiff.
And I kind of see church riding on his back.
I kind of see that as well.
No, at least he'd be mobile.
True.
Oh my God. Yes, thank you, Junie. He wouldn't let me wear
Anything revealing.
clothes. Like, honey, that woman never stopped showing her tits. Thank you. I was going to say, what tits? What was even Judge Nichols staring at? Like, did she get a wonder bra?
Yeah, she must have had a wonder bra on. It's about the only thing.
Did she stuff?
I think she was doing him under the table, to be fair.
Oh!
Okay,
Ouch.
This is nothing against the smaller girls. I'm friends with some smaller girls. But I'm just going to say it just this one time. I hope nobody, if you know JD, I'm sorry in advance. But I feel like she must be the head of the itty bitty titty committee.
Oh, that was rough. Gina, chill. Are you okay? Gina! She dead. Nah, she dead. Oh, no.
Are you trying to do and kill me?
I think we killed Gina.
Oh my God.
Gina.
Sorry, but are you okay?
Yeah.
You killed Gina. How fucking dare you?
I'm sorry. Somebody has to take that bitch's ego down a little. I'm sorry, but there's like 10 of her in Teletech right now. Right now.
God.
I can mark
Killed
them in there.
Gina.
Somebody who tried to do a woman kill me. Oh dear me. The joys of being an asthmatic smoker and somebody sets you off laughing.
For the love of God, why does she show them off?
I won't mind, but I mean, you're the most flat-chested
I'm
people I've ever
sorry,
seen.
but she's showing them off like she's got them.
I'm sorry. Black.
You know how many porn stars probably see those pictures and they're all like, "Oh, honey, you're just
Bless you.
embarrassing yourself."
Bitch, please.
Oh dear me, she wants a decent set on her at least. I mean, if she had implants, at least she could have done the tits.
Okay,
Maybe
see
that's
when
what they
she
were
decided
aiming
to make
for.
it worse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the kind of, like, you would expect a truck, like a fucking diesel truck with trailer and everything, like an 18-wheeler come out of the back of her ass with the size of that shit.
I mean, I think the surgeon were aiming for her tits and ended up on her face for some reason.
I'm sorry, I'm going to make it worse with my truck driver analogy. And that poor truck driver came out, he looked traumatized like he was a Vietnam vet. He came out of that ass and he had saw shit and things. He needed lifetime therapy.
Oh, dear. Oh, Lordy.
DJH, there's a word for her size. There's a word. Mosquito bites.
Oh, damn.
And how do I know this term? Because remember, folks, I had what my mom called my chia boobs. So I was like flat-chested as a 10-year-old boy all the way until 15 years old. Wake up at my 15th birthday, look down and said, "What the fuck?"
No, the worst part was my family knew that I was going to be built like a brick shit ass from day one, really.
Yeah.
I came out of the womb and then my mum was like, she's going to be built like a fucking shit brick ass.
And I was a late bloomer, but when I bloomed, and sure as shit, like my mom told me, "Oh, she's stuffed. She's just trying to be popular." Popular? I hate you people. Not you guys, but like those kids. Like, have you all met you? You're retarded. You, like, over half of you popular girls are fucking pregnant.
This is true. Like,
God.
I'm gonna spill a bit of a secondary school drama. I'm pretty sure like half of the like bitchy girls from my school ended up pregnant before year 10.
Yeah. And why aren't you doing it, Tiff? Are you a prude? You're a prude? No, I'm just fucking smart. As I always have been.
Now, I have my life to live still, honey. I'm not even 21 yet.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "No one will ever date you. No one will ever date you." Now I go walk down the street. "Hey, baby, woo!" Yeah, fuck off.
Yep.
My mom's like, "No,
that
chick."
happened today, actually. I got loads of compliments on my hair and my look today. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, you look so pretty." I'm just like, this is called makeup.
Hi, Rebecca.
Insecurities are being hidden.
Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
No, they're all like, "Woo!" Mom's like, "You don't really flip them off. Tiff, what if they start following you?" I'd be like, "Good, start something."
Oh! Brahma said
I'm
something.
a cow
Brahma
like
said
that.
something.
I have a nasty habit of walking wearing angels fear to tread. So
I'm
I
hearing Brahma.
believe he has decided it is time to talk. Mr. Meow.
Hi.
Oh,
Which
you
one?
need nuts. You need names.
He's angry because he's hungry. He's hangry.
Are we
Hungry.
hungry?
He's hangry.
Any seated peoples before we? No, we need food now.
Okay, right. That's
No, he's
so-
hangry. Tiffany, he's hangry.
You hungry, Mr. Kitten?
That's cats for you. We know what we want and we want it. Meow.
Damn right. So that's why you're a house mouse.
Well,
There
yeah.
we go. Ugh.
The thing is, Chloe, I very rarely leave the house, so I feel like a little mouse.
Fair
in a
enough.
hole.
I mean, I can relate.
He is now fed. He is a happy kitty.
Yeah, for now. You're not
I
cats
still like him better than most people.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's been a right fuss pot. He's getting old now. He's 11, mine now.
I have a little black cat called Freddie. He's almost 4 years old now.
Oh.
He's still standing.
Oh, Merrick.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Damn. Damn.
Are you just trying to say that there were more tits to be found on the Donner Party?
Dear me.
Yes. Cannibal jokes. Sorry.
She's
sorry.
She's a typical skinny, blonde Hollywood wannabe. You know.
I was gonna say typical skinny. I'm like, hey.
I said typical. You're not typical. You're very untypical.
I am atypical.
No. You pissed
I
Tiffany
would
off.
never
She goes
insult-
with all guns blazing.
I would never insult you like that, Tiffany.
Skittles under the rag. I had a name for her size around here would be Skittles under the rag. No, I'm sorry. My stepsister had the nickname Skittles because she once said I would do anything for a Skittle. So she was called Skittle and Skittle Ho, and I promise you, she was much better built than age will ever be.
I don't get the attractiveness of these cocaine chic models. The fuck is that about? You know, he's that sort of skinny that's borderline anorexic, and I can't.
I'll tell you what it was. I can tell you what got him hooked, other than her being there, setting herself just so as a lifeboat. I can tell you. She researched him. He found out exactly what he liked. He likes the old Hollywood look. So what was she wearing? How was she wearing her hair? How was she doing her makeup when she was going after him?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Veronica Lake, Lauren Bacall. But here's my news flash to her. Honey, you are no Lauren Bacall.
Question. Will you get copyright strikes on stream?
Yes, I've gotten them before.
Okay, so I can't really be singing. Got it.
Okay, but anyways,
I can say a quote from the song though.
here's my moment of vanity, folks. Here's my moment of vanity. I'm just going to indulge in it for like 5 seconds. I've been told I have old Hollywood looks when I have makeup on and all that.
I have 1950 housewife aesthetic, but that's hey ho because
I have the ugly old bag that lives down road aesthetic, but
Well, my
that
stepmom,
rhymes and I liked it.
you know what? It was my stepmom, but you know what? It still counts. She said I had the Veronica Lake look going on.
why not? I'm not sure what it is with Scamby. I'm not sure what, it's that drug-addled, I've just grew up from drinking 2 bottles of wine, I'm hungover, but I'm going to pretend like I'm really normal look. You know what I mean?
And one really nice person who I forget said, you kind of remind me of Audrey Hepburn. I'm like,
You can't hear this on my mic, can you?
no, I can't
What
hear
you
it.
prattling about that, Miss Chloe? Behave yourself, naughty girl.
No.
The
I
fact
am.
Grace
Who?
Kelly, she is not. Can we say it? She's no Grace Kelly, Queen of Monaco, all right?
Has she got... You got to have grace first. No grace of a fucking alley cat.
Yeah, here's
I'm a
the
swan. I'm a swan, motherfuckers.
she has no class. There's not an elegance to her. Like, even right now, in my freaking workout clothes and no makeup, I still manage to carry a lot more grace than she will ever have in her entire life. And let's not talk about the Brahma cat back there. He's more graceful than all of us combined.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a cat thing.
I'm a swan. I look all elegant, but like in my mind, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I got my
Puritan, isn't he?
mom's elegant long neck, and I got all those elegant features from Mama.
Yeah, but you know what? It's with Scamber. I just don't understand it. She's like the other one that's married to Ginger Dimwit. I won't mention any names. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're just built wrong. They're just a very weird shape. You know, nothing looks good on them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the thing for L'Oreal that Scamber were doing. She were doing this pink suit, and I'm sure it weren't supposed to be straining at seams like that.
I want to know how she thinks that she has all this grace and these poise, and that's what all these people say. When she was walking out during one of the Aquaman premieres, with her tatas clearly seen, there were children around. Everyone's like, men do it, women should be able to do it too. I'm like, no, let me give you the equivalent. The male equivalent to her having her tatas out would be having pants where you could clearly see their balls.
Yes.
Okay? Just to explain it to the idiots out there. Well, men do it. Women should be able to do it too.
It's called self-respect.
Men's globes are not up here. Men's globes are down there. So, if you want to,
they've got the crown jewels. And like the crown jewels, you lock them up in Fort Knox.
You know, people say women haven't got balls. I'd argue with that. We have. They're further up, and they're a damn sight bigger than most men's.
I'm just saying, my stepdad has always told me I have a brass pair.
No, you've got like
golden balls, love. Golden ones.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, a bunch of people have been talking about Elon Musk this week, and
Musky balls
in fucking both communities. And why? Because he's pushing that goddamn brain chip again, and that's what I'm complaining now. And everybody's like, "Is he gonna set for his step?" I'm like, "No, he's too busy being an ableist piece of shit."
But you know the problem is with people. Oh, I've got this great idea. All right, I mean, you've got a great idea. You fucking try it. Then come back and tell us it works, or not. When you start in a vegetative state in hospital.
I swear to God, let's do a brain chip like that. Could never go wrong. And first of all, we didn't ask for a cure. We don't want a cure. We don't need a cure, Elon. We are not a disease. We're not fucking cancer like he's compared us to.
We're actually more fucking intelligent than your little pansy ass.
Oh, but he's a billionaire, Chip. I'm like, yeah. You want to know how people who go past millionaire stage to billionaire, what they have to do to get there? You think they're stellar human beings?
Nope.
Just putting it out there. Just saying what we're all thinking.
I wonder how many people he's sucked off to get where he is.
I mean, I can't lie, but like, have we seen his like? I'm pretty sure he's just been like trying to get through.
I think he's actually gay, or bi at least.
Yeah.
We don't even have to listen to talk about her clothes situation. Just look her up. There's nothing on her body ever.
There's more
Yeah,
meat on a butcher's pencil.
She is the perfect face. She is the perfect face. And I have seen her. She's talked shit on Scarlett Jo before. In spite of how much she goes out of her way to try to look like her.
She could never be... It's a working class ScarJo, isn't it? But that's a bit more...
But you have to be an actress. I'm like, honey, Scarlett Jo can freaking out-act you. Like, it's not even a competition on who's the better actress or who's more attractive. It's just sad how she tries to compare herself. I'm like, she's got the better body, the better face, the better acting skills. And yeah, she didn't have to marry someone in order to garner fame. She did the hard work.
Stephanie, you reading the comments real quick?
Okay. Yes, we have Tammy's favorite commercials. God,
Where
we
is
miss
Tammy?
She pops videos on every so often, and it seems like the few times she does come on stream, I'm always working.
I keep missing her.
The fact that the fact that she did the dingle dab was like, and she said it with a straight fucking face. How?
She's good. Tammy's that good. But I mean, ScarJo is like a Dior handbag.
Mm-hmm.
Scamber is more like a Walmart carrier bag. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, some time ago, Miss Junie gave me some material on the Britney Spears case, and I'm saying, I'll put it this way. Deb's case and her case could be the biggest landmarks for us in the disability community as a whole, not just the neurodiverse, but the disability and mental health communities as a whole that we've seen in decades. So we're going to pull some stuff up from Twitter here.
Let's hope the interwebs says no. Let's hope the interwebs does not say no.
Yeah, despite the likes of Kathy Griffin being a prat.
Don't get me started on her bullshit because she decided this week she was looking after the autistic community.
Down, bad sis.
No. Girl.
Down. Good girl.
She called every last one of us misogynist, ageist, and sexist.
I'm holding Tiffany's coat, so don't even.
Down.
No, I'm not kidding.
Good, Tiffany.
No. So those of us who went after Sia for that movie music, and yes, Chloe had to listen to this during the time it was happening, when they put up that girl who did such a horrible portrayal of an autistic person, all the worst stereotypes. When we tried to tell her about it after she released the trailer, we came to her very kindly, very gently. This is damaging. This is wrong. And please don't work with Autism Speaks. They are a hate group. They want to eradicate us. And we were all very kind. And then she belittled us, mocked us, and gaslit us time and time again. And when the movie bombed, because people forget just how many of us there are, she then now is rehabilitating Sia, her career after that big fat poo, after she mocked us and did all that shit, and saying that due to backlash, she went into rehab and all of that. And then Kathy Griffin decided she was going to attack our entire goddamn community. And she called every single one of us who dared defend ourselves after being mocked like that.
Even Brahma saying calm down. Brahma saying calm down.
And misogynistic.
Yeah. I'm hearing Brahma.
A silver lining. A lot more people in the autistic community, because Kathy opened her fucking mouth, found out what happened to Johnny and what's going on between him and AH right now. So, talk about a woman with a bestie that managed to shoot herself in the fucking foot.
Sorry,
Yep.
I've just been paid. I'm happy. Sorry, Gina.
Alright, we're going to do a screen share so we can go over what Ginny so lovingly shared with us. He has a line of demands, folks. He says now.
He wants to talk. What am I doing? What am I doing? Brain's buffering. My brain's not working.
Alright.
Shit. Interweb said no. Guys, the interweb said no. Tiffany booted herself off of stream again.
Oh my word. What's she
Oh.
like? She'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, knowing Tiff.
It's just Tinterweb when it does things like that. It's enough to drive you crazy. Oh, excuse me.
And it's good old Tiffany fashion. She mucks up on interwebs.
No, it's been just over an hour though on StreamYard. Sometimes it does that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, though. Yeah, to be quite honest.
I know Rob has that problem, doesn't he? So yeah, ow, 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 ow. So my arthritis is playing up, so I'm like,
Don't worry. I've got so my doctors decided to screw me over this month.
Oh yeah.
I need my medication, and they give me a month's worth of medication each time.
Yeah.
It threw me out!
It
Yes.
did. I don't love you anymore.
Did you guys see any of that?
Nope.
No.
Okay, Jenny.
Can I bitch for a sec?
We'll save it for next stream, Jenny. Go ahead, Chloe.
So my doctors decided to mess me over this month.
Oh God, what do I do now?
Really badly. I'm on anti-inflammatories for my feet because I've got problems with my feet. And I've got problems sleeping. So, hello, insomnia. It don't help because I drink this, but this is to power me through the stream. So, bottoms up. So what has happened is I phoned them up today at around about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, hello, I need to make an appointment for Chloe Corkin to have my medication reviewed. And they're like, oh, we can send your medication over to the pharmacy now. I'm like, okay. What do you need? My amitriptyline and my 2 anti-inflammatories. Otherwise, I'm not going to be fine. Oh, you need to have your medication reviewed then. Yes, I know. That's why I phoned. So they were pushing me back and forth. And I'm like, so the best appointment we can do is Friday. I need it now.
Right.
I don't need it Friday. I need it now. I need to sleep. So I'm just like crying in mental pain because like I need the medication to sleep. I need the medication to live. Otherwise, I would not be leaving my flat because I need several medications that I need because of obviously you've heard how much pain I'm in after work, Tiff.
Oh yeah.
You heard me crying on the phone. And I would just be sitting there. I will be in tears because I'm unable to walk. And I would just not be able to walk to and from work. So I walk to and from work, stand for 5 hours straight, no breaks, nothing.
Excuse me.
But here's the thing. They're like, oh, you don't need your medication until Friday. I need my medication now. I don't need it. I just... It baffles my brain because, like, I know they want...
He is upset for you.
Oh, what's the matter?
It's okay, kitty. She'll be okay.
It's all right, Mama. But so I'm unable to walk. I'm unable to be like outside for more than 2 hours because of my feet, because of the cold at the moment as well.
That's
Because
really
it's like
affecting people, isn't it?
shockingly cold down here at the moment as well. How bad is it up there?
I'll have a look. Hold on.
How
Over
bad
here,
is it up there?
Yeah,
it's Missouri.
currently
outside.
1 degree centigrade up here.
Let's have a look over here, down here, shall we?
It's Missouri.
it?
Pick a day.
What's it?
Missouri's normally drunk. It's fine. Okay, so it's like 3 degrees down here, and it's like really, really cold.
It's 2
But the
degrees
worst
colder
part-
up north.
Yeah. I mean, because you're further up there,
Yeah.
and I'm down here. And
Southerner.
I think that's where we can make the inside joke of, God, it's cold outside. You fool, you don't understand the meaning of cold. Who the hell are you? I'm a northerner. Where the hell did you come from?
Scotland's even worse. I wouldn't want to be in Scotland right now.
Yeah, I feel sorry for my friend who lives up there. So
I'm trying to think where it is up there right now. Have you
Oh,
got
no.
snow, Tiffany?
We've gotten a little.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
and
too bad.
so I'm to report to you that the Brahma cat has purrs. He sings
Aw.
you purrs.
Oh, Brahma cat. We love Brahma cat.
He's a good.
oh my God, if
No,
you're actually
seriously,
quiet
Chloe.
enough.
Can I do anything for Paul? Can I send him anything? Can I do anything? Does he need anything?
Um,
I'm trying to get him mobile at least, you know?
Mm.
I mean, he has his brace for his left leg. And he's slowly getting up. He's going back and forth to the bathroom. He's getting a little bit stronger. I gave him my old weights because I upgraded my weights today to go a pound up so that he can start getting his upper body strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he is getting there though, isn't he?
I'm just
Slowly.
seriously worried about the poor guy dragging his poor ass right flat. Not being able to do anything. Because your health situation, your health insurance shit, I just don't believe how people live like that. You know, if you're not insured, you're fucked. You know? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't. I do. I
Yeah.
go and get his beers in the morning. I bring him and make him his food.
Mhm.
but you've got a job anyway, Tiffany. You know what I mean? Your stress levels are horrendous at the minute. I'm
Oh,
just
believe
dying.
me. I'm well aware of what my stress levels are.
I know. I've seen you ranting all over Twitter. You don't do ranting all over
Oh, I
Twitter.
would do that anyways, even if my only stress was my job.
Oh, dear me. I don't know.
I
But
like
the thing
twice today. Twice. There was my kitty. He's like jumping like purr, purr, purr. It's his way of saying, "It's okay, mommy. I calmed you. I purrs."
Yeah.
I purrs. I looks after you.
Yeah, it's that certain resonance they reach in it, that certain pitch that calms humans down. It's very clever. Cats are very, very clever.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, so
The way that I've sort of, because I sit there and I feel bad because like I can't do anything because I don't live over in the States.
yeah, I just I'm gonna need a post office box at some point. I'm gonna have to send you some English tea.
I think
It's
we both
been a
need
while. I mean, I can get Twinings at Walmart, but
Twinings? Twinings? What? No, girl.
Oh
need
shit!
Yorkshire
You've pissed
tea.
off a Yorkie. You don't piss off a Yorkie, Tiff. You pissed off a Yorkie. You don't do it.
You need Yorkshire tea, woman.
Tiffany, you've
You
gone and done it.
think
You
that
picked up a
fucking
Yorkie.
bumfuck middle of the Bible Belt, Missouri, carries Yorkshire tea? We're fucking lucky to even have Twinnings, for God's sake.
Twinings.
Twining, whatever, Twinings. I'm from Missouri, folks. You gotta cut me a break on some of this stuff.
That's why I want to send you a care package.
It's not like I've been in the UK since like 2008.
Yeah. Oh,
Which was the last time, 2007. And folks, that was the last time I've had a vacation.
Yeah. I know, they're doing a GoFundMe for Fanta to come over. That'd be cool.
And in case anybody's wondering, in spite of how much better we are than fucking Canton, Massachusetts, I hate it here. I've hated it here since I was a kid.
Still smells like shit.
Not let Amber in your backy packet, have you, Chloe?
Sorry?
You've not let Amber in your backy packet.
No. What it is?
God.
It's I've changed backies because I had Players.
Yeah.
And now I've got Riverstone. Now it's like
Cheap and nasty.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Ugh.
Where would you rather live, Tiffany, if you were going to move?
Anywhere in the UK and Europe that isn't fucking here.
Oh, you'd like to come to Europe? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. I felt more at home over there for 2 weeks than I have ever felt here living here my whole life. Here, I'm stared at like I'm a circus freak.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, they're either hitting on me or they're staring at me like I'm a freak. I'm talked down to and condescended down to by every single person who can manage to get past my mom's veneer of fuck you. When they do have the balls to actually talk to me, it's always in an extremely condescending tone, as though I am a toddler or 6 years old. They tear everything down about me, including my routines, which I kind of need to live.
Yeah, you can't function without them, can you?
No, neither.
Not really. No. not living fog brain. And promise you don't want fog brain, Tiffany.
Oh.
No, that Tiffany's terrifying, Tiffany.
We're going to have to do a crowdfund and see if we can get you on a vacate at the very least.
The thing is, if I ever do get to go back there, I'm not fucking coming back. I won't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Okay, Gina,
yeah.
Us two need to get something going on either on Facebook between us two. Just so I'm gonna get this.
I haven't
Do you want to
really
get
got
this?
Facebook anymore. I don't use it.
Fair enough. I will somehow fuck around with my Twitter on my phone.
Yeah, it'll be a Twitter thing.
Like, I can say the one good thing about Missouri, I do like Silver Dollar City. I'm not going to sit there and lie and tell you that I don't. Yes, I know it's cliche as hell, that entire theme park, but I've gone there every year since I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old the first time I went on the Fire in the Hole, even though in the 70s, when it first came out, some dumb idiot stuck his head out and got decapitated.
Ouch.
True story. True story.
Sorry, I'm kind of laughing at someone else's misfortune because that's my coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he was decapitated in Fire in the Hole. They still tell that story sometimes.
Decapitation!
I do like Silver Dollar City. I miss World Fest. We used to have World Fest where we had people from Russia, China, and Japan all over the place would come down and do the shows out there at Silver Dollar City during the summer, usually during June and July. But I do like the lights, though, and I took pretty pictures. Yep, he lost his head, Planet Q.
But the best part is, it's more of the fact of it like, long story short, nothing bad happens that has that.
It's okay.
Fuck
It's
it.
okay. Dear, I know that it is literally 12:30 at night for you. I get it.
No, it's called dedication.
Sorry, I'm just Googleizing things.
Googleizing things.
Yep. Yep. All right, folks. We are an hour and 30 minutes in, and this is about the time we close out the show. So we've talked about some heavy stuff. We've talked about some fun stuff. We've talked about AH showing off goods that she doesn't possess.
Conde, you're under Trade Description Act, don't you think?
The parts of her that she shows off are the parts of her, my honey. Show off your assets means things you have.
That won't be a charitable giving either, then, will it?
Just said. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and close out on that fun little joke because I had to elevate the mood by bringing down the humor to my functioning level at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tiffany. Let's be honest here.
That'd be toddler then, like me.
Oh, damn.
Damn. So we are going to go ahead and close out for this evening, folks. I do appreciate everyone coming into the chat and participating with us. It's been a fun Monday open chat. I know everybody else's stream always has a theme. It is on purpose that ours doesn't, except on rare occasions. Because you know what? We need a stream where all of us are just allowed to let loose, be stupid, talk about real shit, talk about what's on our minds without having to follow a pinpoint, bullet by bullet by bullet. So I appreciate everybody who comes by. I look forward to hearing from you all next week. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. And if there is any kind entity in the universe who will take all of the good karma I have put out into the world, out there, if they're going to look kindly on me, as Tavia on Fiddle Roof once said, would it be so bad if I could just have a small fortune? And on that note, folks, we hope you have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, chat.